a pair of Concord. Now, when a pair of is used in a sentence, a pair of, it will attract a singular verb. So you consider it as a singular subject. Now look at this. If you have something like a pair of scissors, because of this a pair of, it will attract a what? A singular verb, right? Lies, is it singular or plural? If you have something like this, lie, lies, which is singular, which is plural? This is what? And this is what? Good. So because you're using a pair of, it will attract a singular verb, is it not? So a pair of scissors lies on the table. Lies. You use the word lies. The verb lies. Singular. Next, a pair of trousers. You're still saying a pair of. A pair of trousers is okay, not are okay. Not are okay because you're using a pair of. So you say a pair of trousers is okay. Do you get that? Do you get that? So anytime you're using a pair of, you always use a singular verb. Is that okay? Now let's look at this. The principle of proximity. We are looking at the principle of closeness. Closeness. When you have a set of nouns or pronouns given in a particular sentence, what will determine the choice of the verb you use is the pronoun or the noun closest to the verb. This is what I mean. Now let's look at this question. If Favor passes her examination, her teachers, her friends, divine or I dash to praise. Now if you look at this, the subjects we have, her teachers, is it singular or plural? Teachers, is it singular or plural? Teachers, singular or plural? Plural, right? Her friends, is it singular? Divine, I. Now when you have a set of nouns and pronouns this way, what will determine your choice of verb used here is the one closest, the noun or the pronoun closest to the verb. Do you get that? So the pronoun closest here, is it singular or plural? I, is it singular or plural? Singular, right? So you know that the verb that is here should be what? Singular. That's the principle of proximity. The one closest is what will determine the verb used. So in this case, what will be your answer? Is it is, are, has, will, have to? Okay, the correct answer here is am. Now, if Favor passes her examination, her teachers, her friends, divine or I am to be praised. Yes, the correct answer here is am, not is. So you won't say her friends, divine or I is to praise. No, what you use is am. So am goes with I. Do you get that? It's sounding somehow, right? But that's the correct thing. Or I am to praise. But what if the sentence was like something like this? If the sentence was like, what will you say? Is to look at something like this. What will be the answer? What will be the answer? In this case, the correct answer is what? Is, right? This singular, it goes with is. But if it was I will always go with am. I am to praise. Divine is. You can't say divine am to praise. Even the examiner will, instead of marking by, will minus like 5 for saying nonsense. So divine is. I am. So if it was I, you use am. If it is a name there, you use is. What if the sentence in this case, what will be the answer? What will be the answer? What will be the answer? Ah, right? Because if Favor passes her examination, her teachers, plural, and her friends, the last one is still plural. So always look out for the last one. The one that is closest to the verb will determine the tenses of the verb. Do we get that? Good. Now look up. Many a. When many a is used in a sentence, and some persons fall victim here because looking at many, there are more than one. It's plural. When many a is used, it always go immediately with a singular noun and a singular verb. Do you get that? So many a, we always go with singular. Many a, we always go with singular. For example, many a boy is here. Correct. Not many a boys. And you're very happy you're speaking English. Many a boys are here. So when you see many a, the noun following it should be singular, boy. Many a boy is, not many a boy are. Do you get that? So this is correct. Many a boy is here. The second one, many a student. Many a student speaks bad English expressions. Now, many a student, not many a students. It should be singular. The noun following it should be singular. Many a student speaks. Speaks, is it singular or plural? Singular or plural? Singular, right? So many a, anytime you see many a in a sentence, the noun following it should be singular. Then the verb following it also should be what? Singular. Take note of that. Rule number 7. Collective noun concord. A collective noun is like a representative word that have different units under it. For example, I've given you one, congregation. This slide give me one example of a collective noun. Say, walk. Club. A club, good. What else? This slide, give me one. Oh, apart from the one I gave you your note, please. Yes. What of choir? Yes, this slide, give me one. Right, now, when you have a collective noun, what do you do? Let me use this example to cite this. Now, the first rule here, the first example, my club dash twice a month. Now, if the collective noun is performing an action, the verb you will use is different from when the collective noun is not performing an action. So we said if the collective noun is performing an action, what do you use? Is it plural or singular? What? Singular or plural? What if it's not performing an action? Singular, right? So if the collective noun is performing an action, you use plural verb, right? But if it's not performing an action, you use what? Singular. For example, my club dash twice a month. So what would be the correct answer here? What would be the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? C. My club meets twice a month. Meets, is it singular or plural? Singular. But my club is performing the action of meeting. So if as it's performing action, is it supposed to be singular or plural? Plural. So what are we supposed to put here? My club meets twice a month because the club is performing an action here. The action of meeting. It's looking somehow, right? But that's the right thing. My club meets twice a month because the club is performing an action here. The next one, our club dash 10 years today. What's the correct answer? Is, right? The club is not performing any action here. So it's to go with singular. Because it's not performing any action. Our club is 10 years today. There's no action there. Do you understand? Yeah, the club was performing the action of meeting twice a month. Was performing an action of meeting twice a month. So it will go with the plural meet. But here the club is not performing any action. He said the club, our club is 10 years today. You can't say our club are 10 years today. And you'll be smiling. Next one here. The audience dash partial in their judgment of the beauty queens. So what will be the answer? The correct answer is it is or are? The audience are partial or the audience is partial. What will be the correct thing? Well, English hard though. The audience, now the audience are partial in their judgment of the beauty queens, because the audience collective now is performing action, right, of judging. So the audience are partial in their judgment of the beauty queens. So anytime you see a collective noun, ask yourself, is this collective noun performing an action or not? If it is performing an action, you use what kind of verb? If it's performing an action, use what? But if it is not performing an action, use what? Singular. Simple. So always ask yourself that question. Is this a collective noun? So what will you say? The choir dash singing. So is it the choir is singing or the choir are singing? Are singing. It's looking totally opposite of what we used to say. But that's the right thing, because the choir there is collective and they are performing the action of singing. So you use plural. The choir are singing, not the choir is singing. Do you get that?